Good afternoon, this is Dr. Cheek, and this is an update after I've graded the niche assignments. So here are the things I'll cover today as we get very close to the end of the course. Let's go back and review the goals and objectives of the course. Let's look at the assignments that we had scheduled for the course. We'll look at our roles. What's my role as a professor? What's your role as a student? We'll talk about why I'm qualified to offer these templates, because one of the real problems we seem to be having the templates. Now look at background on the landing pages for template 1 and template 2 and give you we'll look at the background on landing page templates for first landing page and the second landing page. And I'll give you my comments on each one about the things that I received from the students. Then we'll talk about the template for the blogs, and finally moving towards the completion of the courses. So let's go over each one of these one at a time. Objectives of the course. These were the assignments. Affiliate marketing. The reason I made you read these papers and do the quiz was that I wanted to make sure you understand what affiliate marketing was. We went over it in 440, but just sort of a refresher. And why do you need the website? In a couple of my video podcasts, I told you, let's suppose you built everything on Instagram and all of a sudden Instagram said, we're not going to let you do that anymore. You're out of business. The website needs to be where you generate all content and then spread it out to the social medias. The books don't make me think. What I want you to know, don't make the viewer think, because if you do, they're going to leave. Many people say, well, use the words that are eighth grader can understand. You put a complicated word out there, they're going to ignore it or leave the site. The Content Inc. book. The whole purpose of the Content Inc. book was to make sure you understand your audience is the most important thing, and building your audience comes first. Research paper, I wanted to make sure you understood the components of the website. And the research paper on ChatGPT, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. So then we wanted to create your website, the social media platforms, create content, a social media campaign, and measure results. Our roles in the course, me as a professor, I had to clearly explain to you why an assignment was being done and why it's important to you. Using my now 22 years of experience on online businesses, I wanted to offer you my knowledge and on advice on things to be successful online. For each of the platform items I had you create, I provided a template to be used by students to create the components of their websites. I was here to provide guidance and mentorship for each of you along this journey, and will continue to be available once you graduate and you go on with your life. The student's role was to carefully review the video podcast and accompanying slides to completely understand what's expected in the assignment. I was really disappointed. I looked at the viewers on it. Some people never even went to the site and looked at it. So what I need to do moving forward, I need to give quizzes on the video podcast to make sure people read them, because listened to them and looked at the PowerPoint slides that went along with them, because when they did assignments, some of the students did assignment, it was that though they had never looked at the video podcast. Use the templates I provided to build components of the websites. Most people didn't. Enhance, personalize them to make them unique and reflective of the brand of your individual sites. And as each module is added, it continually enhances the brand for your website. Now, why am I qualified to acquire these templates and other things for the course? First of all, I began researching and teaching about electronic business in 1998. In 2000, Southwest Publishing, which is now, I think, part of Pearson, paid me $20,000 up front, which is unheard of. That's how bad they wanted the book. It took me 2 years to write it. By the time in 2001, the .com crashed, and everybody said, "Oh, this is a joke." it's not really going to work. I got the book completed and they said, no, we're not going to publish. I got the $20,000, but it took 2 years of my life. I was devastated. Now you got to remember, first iPhone didn't come out to 2007. So this was really cutting edge stuff. The next thing, and so I've been continually chasing this since 1998. I've invested and I've started over 100 companies online. I've learned what works and I've learned what doesn't work. So my sole purpose in this course, I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made. You don't have to, and that's why I gave you the Cheek Dim model. So even after you graduate, I'll be available to assist you as you move forward, and especially with the November 22 release of ChatGPT. Let me explain something to you. This is the biggest thing that's ever happened, and what it requires. You don't have to have any coding to generate articles, to do other things. You just need domain expertise. Now, here's the thing. If you narrow your niche down and you have that well-defined customer, you've got more knowledge in that one little niche, understanding what the needs are than anybody else. You've got the ChatGPT that can help you do that. And that's what ChatGPT. To me, it is the biggest opportunity I've ever seen in my lifetime. I'm so excited about it. It's just unbelievable. All right, so let's talk about the landing pages. I put this out there for you. This was the template I wanted to use. The agreement. Put your agreement up there. The problem, plus size, and the solution. All three are related. What I received from many of you was agreement. The problem was something totally, you brought in new different thing and said they're pricey or whatever, put new problems that weren't discussed in the agreement. And then your solution went off in a totally different direction. Your call to action, I showed you, put at least two. People didn't put a call. One could say subscribe, one could say join us. Then put your tagline. This clearly explains what you do. A couple of students put questions. What do you think? Wait, who are you? That's how important it was. Totally ignoring the template. When the template we used, these were not related. Taglines either didn't put it or just ignored it. When we got to the second landing page, you're building off of what you did on the first landing page. Now, this was going to be, I didn't say second and third pages. What I wanted to do was I wanted to put it just on one page. You got their attention on the first page. Remember, we only got them 5 to 8 seconds. Now you jump down to the second page. The difference, in the slides, I tell you the difference between the landing page and the home page is totally different. The landing page is what are you promoting this time? And this is what it's for. So that what happens here on the top, if you said identify their problems, if you continue doing what you're doing, these are the problems you're going to face. On the second part, you offer your solutions. The first one answers what you're going to do to solve the first problem, the second problem, and the third problem. That's all it is. Now, what happens is that some people just put that on the site. What I expected you to do, you shouldn't have a page that doesn't have a call to action button on it. You shouldn't have a page that doesn't have some sort of, if I ride horses, put a horse in the background or an image in the background. Because every page that they go to, you have to give them the opportunity to contact you. You got to say, when I see the site in a standalone, the picture is going to help me understand what they're doing. That's what, and it just didn't happen. All right. Okay. We're moving towards the end of the course. Now, this is the model that I put up there for you guys. Now, let's do it like the model says. I'll grade those as quick as you get them to me. I'll jump on them starting tomorrow. And if you have any problems, please reach out to me. Post a video podcast on GPT in the next couple of days. I've told all of you, if you spend any time and look on YouTube right now, put ChatGPT writing blog articles, and it'll show you how to do it. It'll show you how to do it. And what you might have to do is do it for the title, do it for the metadata, and then do it for the body. But you can do it, and I welcome you to do that. And one last thing is that when we do that research project, there's no reason you can't do it all through ChatGPT. Now, the best place to go, frankly, is you go to Google and you type in web ChatGPT, and it'll give you some opportunities to pull in text and see what you can do. It's brand new. It's the most exciting thing in the world. Everybody in academia is worried about students going to be plagiarizing. But let me tell you what the story is. There's no way to catch it right now. Now, I don't want you to use it unethically or plagiarize anything, but for what I'm doing in creating content, this is a dream come true. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Send me an email with your questions. Schedule a Zoom meeting. I'll talk to you on Saturday or Sunday this week if you need help. I'll be as lenient as possible on the due dates, but the last day of class is March the 7th. Some people didn't even make a good half effort on these. If you're going to pass the course, you got to do a good job on these. Use the template I had, build it, and let's get it done. If you have any questions, once again, please reach out to me. Thank you so much. And the end is near, March 7th.